Hello, welcome to day 5 video. So, what I was doing on day 4 was I had it set up to make my player collect coins across the screen. And I was using Cocos2d. Day 4 was one of the first days I had Cocos2d working sort of the way I wanted. But I found that what I was going to do was going to be a little bit too much work for somebody like me who's just starting out, doesn't know too much about it. So I decided to get rid of Cocos2d for this game, since it's my first, and just go strictly with Cocos2d, which I've been having quite a bit of success with and finding a lot of information on. So, what I did was I sort of rewrote what I had, eliminating Cocos2d and trying to get the same effect with Cocos2d. I actually came up with something I like even better. It looks almost identical. Actually, I think it looks better than what I had before. And I added a function for my attack, which I'll show you. I'm just going to run this quickly, and I'll show you what I got here. So, today is day 5, so it's the end of the week here. So what I'm going to do is take the weekend off, and next week I'm going to work on the background. I took it out here, but I'm going to work on a better background for scrolling and stuff that actually works better. And I'll probably won't make a video until I have that looking alright. So anyways, I'll show you what I've changed this to. So I started from scratch, doing it completely from Cocos2d, and I have the same thing. My player animated. I have coins that pop up every time I eliminate one. Another one pops up. My increment goes to coin 1, coin 2, coin 3. This little bad guy here is just a test I was doing, seeing if I can get a guy to move around randomly. Nothing to do with what I'm doing today, but that was just there to see what I could do. But anyways, my joypad still works, but this is my new effect. So I'm floating around. I can actually change him, so it's a lot smoother than with what I was doing with Cocos2d. Collects the coin, and he goes around, and if I let go, he gradually falls down to the ground. Okay. Now, in my game, what I want to happen is the only way I can kill one of the bad guys, which is going to be coming along the bottom of the screen, is if I actually stomp on him from the top or fall him from the top. And instead of just falling on him, which would then, in my case, it would hurt me, what I want to do is have an attack action. So when I actually push down, he shoots down.
9 o'clock.
9 o'clock in the morning here. So anyways, when he moves over, if I push straight down, he moves down quickly. If I just were to release, he'd gradually fall down, and that would still hurt him. So I'm going to have the sprite hopefully animate in some sort of attack animation. So when I push down, he's attacking down, and he kills the bad guys. And I push down, slide back over here, push down, he attacks down. So it's a pretty neat effect. One thing I had to do is, since I don't have the tile map and the layer set up, he can pretty much wander wherever he wants to on the screen. Eventually I'm going to have it so he can't go past like this point, or maybe a bit less like that. And at that point the background will start scrolling. But I had to make it so that he couldn't go down any further than what I have set, which is 100 pixels up. So he can't do that. He can't go down below that at all, no matter what I do with the joypad. But he can fly up and fly anywhere he wants. And as I collect these coins, the increment goes to the next level. So 10, this will be 11. I can go over here to 12, or 13. There must have been 2 coins coming. 14, 15. Okay, so that's that. Right now we can scroll off screen. I can just bring him back. That will be fixed later on. So that's what I have so far. So it's very fluent movement of the character, or the player. He stops at the bottom, and when I want to attack, I can push down on my joypad. When I push straight down, he then goes into attack mode and flies down to the bottom, which would kill who's ever down there when I get to that, when I get my bad guys going. Alright, so that's what I have so far. That's switching back over to just strictly Cocos2d. And let's see how much time I got. Might be able to quickly whiz through. Okay, I got 5 minutes. I'll just quickly whiz through what I did here to achieve that. Same thing, initiate. I have some variables that I'm setting up, but I have just the player, I was fooling with an emitter and that wasn't working the way I wanted it to, so I'm going to come back to that later on in the project. But the player is the same. A target, which is the bad guy floating around. Um, that was just for testing. Don't have to worry about that too much. Joypad's the same. The label is the same as I did before, creating that coins count. Add everything to the layer here. Add everything to self. Then I have my timers. So I go into a game logic, and then I go into a player is moving interval. So my player is moving, I'm checking quite frequently. That's how I get it to be quite smooth. I found if you increase this to a certain number, it starts to get a little bit catchy and skippy. So game logic, I have going at every 1 second. That's something I have to fool around with for the timing, but for now it's working. My game logic is just creating this coin, pretty much. Yeah, right now it's also creating that bad guy, but he's just for testing. But I make the coin here, like I did before. Not very much code at all. And then I come down here, player is moving. I have this set up so if I'm attacking, which I set up in the joypad area, and the player moves to a certain location really fast, and else, so if he's not attacking, he just moves wherever I'm pointing the joypad, so with a move too. So it's actually a pretty cool way of doing it. And it checks that every tenth of a second, so that's why it's very, very smooth. And then if my, I check to see if there's collision, so if my CG rect intersects, it has an intersection between the player rect and the coin rect, then remove child coin, and then I have, I reset the coin rect to 0, 0. If I didn't do this, then the increment just kept on going until that 1 second passed. So I did that, I reset it back down to 0, 0. And then make coin is yes, so it's going to make another one. And increase the coin count, and then change the label. And that's that. And then I just go into my touches, same touches as before. So I have all the same things happening. Except down here, I have setting my attack. So for my joypad, I just say, where do I set attack equals yes. Here, if my touch location Y is at the very bottom of the joypad, then my attack is yes. And this emitter I'm not using, so that doesn't mean nothing. Then if attack equals no, and I move down to the bottom, actually, if the joypad is not at the bottom, attack equals no. That's all that means. Alright, so that's about it. So everything else is pretty much the same. I managed to achieve that look with just Cocos2d. It sort of gives a gravity feel where the guy floats down since he's going to be on Mars. It's going to be, I don't know if it really is, but there's going to be less gravity, like the moon situation in my game, so I don't know if Mars is really like that, but whatever. And if he attacks, he flies down to the bottom, killing the opponent. Okay, so check time, 8 minutes. Okay, so I'm just going to let you guys know once again. This is early morning, day 5, so I just woke up a little while ago, 9 o'clock in the morning. I just wanted to show you what I worked on last night, switching back over to just Cocos2d. This is day 5, so the end of the weekdays. It's getting into the weekend here. I'm just going to take the weekend off, pretty much. And next week I'm going to come back and work on scrolling background properly, see what I can do with that. Hopefully I can get it to work, and I'll make a video when I do get it to work at that point. So it won't be day 6 video probably, unless I get it to work on day 6. So I might miss a couple days here. But anyways, if you guys have any comments, questions, please go to my blog, write in the comments, or write comments here in the YouTube video. Please subscribe to the videos, and like I said, eventually I will get all this stuff down into a formal tutorial. I'm just getting comfortable with the way I want to do things first before I start letting people know how they should attempt to do it. Alright, so we'll talk to you next week, and hopefully we'll have a nice scrolling background for you. Talk to you later.